This sport is perhaps the most grueling and intense event in the Olympics today. Its most famous practitioner included Julius Gaius Caesar, who was known to have done it at least once while being stabbed by Brutus and his cohorts. Today, we'll tell you the extraordinary story of Kelsey Warner, the 31st generation master of the most exciting event in the history of mankind.
My name is Kelsey Warner, and I can crack my nose.
My name is Johnny Johnson Wu, and I guess you could call me the world's foremost expert on nose cracking, which is a branch of nasal gymnastics. Perhaps the most grueling, perhaps the most intense, the most dangerous. I myself have broken several ribs doing this when I was younger. Anyways, Kelsey, she's a real talent. I met her when she was 6, and at that young age, she could already crack her nose at 16 decibels, which is 3 more than the national average and 2 more than you would need to qualify for the national competition. And I've been working with her ever since then to perfect her technique and really bring out her hidden potential. You might think that nose cracking involves simply the nose and some fingers, but it's much more complicated than that. You see, it requires extraordinary full body fitness, a lot of mental tenacity, and emotional resilience, and Kelsey is one of the few people who can demonstrate all of those characteristics.
My name is Julia Brown. I first experienced Kelsey's nose cracking when I was sitting in class one day, and I kept hearing this noise. And at first I was like, oh my god, I think there's like a squirrel in the classroom. Maybe like birds are here. I don't really know what's happening because I just kept hearing this noise. And so then I tried to stay calm, and I went home that night and I started researching like weird noises, like extreme skills. And I found out about this Olympic sport, nose cracking. And okay, first of all, I was a little bit weirded out that she was practicing in class. But after I got over that, I was really impressed. I have never heard such a loud noise come from the human body. It's pretty incredible.
I started nose cracking about 8 years ago when I was 6. That's the point I started working with Coach Wu. So I thought I'd tell you a little background on how I came to realize that I possessed this skill. I came across it in sort of an unconventional way. I was sleeping on the top bunk of my sister in my bedroom, and one night in the middle of the night, I woke up terrified from a nightmare and sat up really suddenly and banged my nose into the ceiling. I heard a resounding crack and woke up everyone in the family. And for about a year after that event, whenever I touched my nose even lightly, everyone in the room heard a huge crack. So thankfully that doesn't happen anymore, but I'm still able, whenever I desire, to crack my nose. Once I met Coach Wu, my world just opened wide. I realized that this skill that I had was actually a competitive sport.
Kelsey is very lucky to have such supportive parents because this event is a full-time job. She gets up at 5 and she doesn't stop practicing until 5. And it's just crazy. It's an extraordinary thing to demand from such a little girl, but she's been putting everything she has into this. And in fact, she'll be competing in New York next Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You guys gotta watch this. It's gonna be the biggest thing this year. And after that, she's gonna be doing a tour in Eastern Europe, and after that in Iran.
My bags are packed. I'm going to Iran. I'm so excited. You know, I'm just honored that like I actually heard Kelsey practicing this skill in class 1. That's like, I'm just honored to be in a 200-mile radius of her. I mean, who gets that opportunity? So I am like #1 fan. I will be everywhere that she is. I am following her entire tour, and I recommend you do the same.
Okay, so we're gonna give you a sneak preview here. We don't usually do this because it's a very secret technique. We don't want our competitors to get wind of this. But you know, you guys are cool. You check this out. Come to Iran. It's gonna be great.
Oh my gosh!